All right, guys. Let's go ahead and build an NFT generator. I'm not sure who still builds NFTs, but let's go ahead and build one on Shortcuts. And we're gonna base this model off of Hashlibs. If you guys haven't checked him out, go ahead and check him out on YouTube, and you can go on GitHub and actually download the generator. It's very simple to use. Basically, use Visual Editor on your browser or download the application, and you'll be able to generate NFTs pretty easily using this repository here. Just follow the instructions that he gives, but we're going to use the images here as the example for our base model here, and then we'll do it manually at first. I won't be adding on this sample DNA or any of this stuff, but in theory I don't see any reason why you couldn't add all of this stuff to the background of the image and automatically generate all the files and all that stuff. It's honestly not that hard, but basically we're going to duplicate this and do it on Shortcuts. Okay, so the layers are going to be, and actually let's go back to where we were. Let's go back and look at the code, and we want to basically get the layers in the correct order, right? So that's what I'm looking for right now. So I want to see background, eyeball, eye color, iris, shine, bottom lid, top lid. All right, so I'll keep that there. I already have the folders downloaded to my iCloud. So here we go, background. I'm gonna get contents of folder, background, non-recursive. Then I want to get contents of folder ball, which is the eyeball, recursive, right? Because it has multiple folders which have multiple image. And then I want to get a random item from contents of folder. I want item from list to be overlaid over background, right? So the background. And then as we go on later, then we'll say, hey, I want you to repeat this how many times. So you know what, I'll add it right now. Ask for input, and we're gonna add, I want to ask for a number. How many images would you like to generate? All right, that's going to be a number. All right, and let's go ahead and add repeat, and we'll just do that now. That way we don't have to drag this thing over a massive distance later. So I'm doing it manually. So right now I'll do it the long way, and then I'll optimize the shortcut to have things like, hey, you know what, I don't want to use these images now. I want to add new images, right? So you'll be able to say, hey, I'll create a menu that says, hey, select background image, select layer 1, select layer 2, select layer 3, 4, 5, however many layers are involved. And then the shortcut will adjust accordingly to the number of layers. For this one, we're going to go with all the layers that are involved in this one, because we're going to do it manually, and then we'll improve upon from there, right? So layer 2, and all I'm going to do is basically copy and paste, guys. So it's just copy, paste below, copy, paste below. All right, and then get contents of folder. So eyeball. So now we're going to do, now I need eye color. Color, open. And for this one we'll do recursive, random item, contents of folder, clear, and you have to clear it because you have to make sure you're selecting the right one, right? So contents of folder, and let's make sure we're pointing to the right one. Nope. Clear, select variable, layers. All right, item from list, background, clear. We're gonna overlay the item. So we wanna overlaid image, and let's see what this looks like. All right, so far, let's see what it looks like. I want one. Boom. All right, so layer, I got background, so this should have had a color on top. So let's see where we messed up here. So something's wrong. Item from list, reveal in action. Oh, I'm pointing to the wrong item from list. So let's clear this. All right, item from list here. This should be eye color. And so this could be layer 2. So layer 2. All right, let's try again. One image. All right, there you go. So random background, random eye color. All right, now we're gonna go, oops. And we're gonna do layer 3. So copy. Paste below, and this is the long way, guys, right? So this is, you first build it out, kind of plan it out, and then you have to optimize. You have to go back and say, all right, well, how do I cut this down? This is too long. And when it comes to programming things like this, you want to do the least amount of lines of code and or blocks as possible, right? But when you're starting out, you always kind of start this way, and then you just start cutting back and do loops and things like that, right? And I had an idea of just going through the loops, and I actually was already halfway building it, and then I realized, oh, the folder actually organizes the folders in alphabetical order, not in layer order, so it would kind of mess up the process. So the way I would have to do it is the way I mentioned earlier, which is, hey, I have to go in and select layer 1 via a menu process, menu 1, and tell it, hey, layer 1 is this, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5, depending on how many layers you have. That way it knows in what order to go on that loop. But for now, we'll do it manually. That way I know everything is working the way I want it to work. So documents. All right, and let's do input. Eye color. Let me see what the order was. Eye color iris. So let's do iris. Open. Let me get a random item from select variable, layer 2. Let me double check that this is correct. Nope. From select variable, from layers. I'm gonna call this layers 3. All right. Overlay, clear, image, select variable. Layer, we're going to call this layer 3. Overlaid image, right? So now is the latest overlaid image. This one should definitely point to the right one. Let me make sure. Nope. Clear. Overlaid image. All right. And now let's see what this looks like. Again, I just want one. Boom. All right, so we're making progress. And as you go on, you definitely want to test it as you're going. That way you can fix the problems now rather than later. All right, so let's go on to layer number 4. Again, I'm just going to copy and paste all the way down. Paste below. Copy. Paste below. Copy. Paste below, copy, paste below. All right, so now we're gonna go and get the next iris is gonna be shine. So let's go ahead and find shine, documents, input, shine, open. All right, get random item from layer number 4, select variable, layer number 4, layer 4, overlay layer clear, select variable. I'm gonna rename this layer 4. And we're gonna change this overlaid image, select variable. Overlaid image, and basically we're just passing the overlaid images all the way down until we have our final product. So let's try again. I want 1, and what do we have? We have a little bit of shine. Perfect. All right, let's continue. And just so that you see what this looks like, so choose from list. At the end of it, let's say obviously we're going to be able to save all of these, or we're going to be able to choose whichever one you want. You'll be able to add text, you'll be able to add whatever you want on top of these. So let's say we want to do 2, just so that you guys can see what these looks like. Boom, give me 2. All right, still only did 1. Repeat, oh, because it has a repeat. So let's change this variable here. Provided input. All right, give me 2. Boom, there you go. And now you can select your image, whichever image you want. Okay, all right, and then you'll be able to say, hey, you know what, I want to select multiple. And then from there you can say, hey, let me save those to my photos. Let me post it to Twitter, send it as a message, email, post it to a blog, YouTube, TikTok, whatever you want, guys. It's you know, your imagination is the limit. So again, let's go ahead and go to layer number 5. All right, copy. All right, and let's do paste below, copy, paste below, copy, paste below, copy, paste below. All right, so the next is bottom lid. All right, so let's go ahead and find bottom lid. Input, bottom lid, here we go. Open. All right, random item from layer number 5. So we're going to select variable, which is going to be layer number 5 over here, right? Let's change this to 5. Let's change this to 5. I'm going a little fast here, guys, so obviously slow it down if you need to, if you are copying this, or just copy the link. I'm going to share this right away, so you guys can just copy this link. Overlay. All right, so layer 4, layer overlay, select variable, layer 5. Okay. Overlaid image 4, right? So, and again, you can name these as well. I already know I'm selecting them, but typically you want to overlaid image 4, overlaid image 5, 1, 2, 3, whatever, right? So now we have bottom lid. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the final one. Copy, paste below, layer 6. Actually, let me do one more test just to make sure I'm not having any issues here. Bottom lid. All right. Copy, paste below, copy, paste below, copy, paste below. All right, and the last item is going to be the top lid, so we're just going to go ahead and find that. And put top lid. All right, open. Random item from layer 5. This is going to be layer 6. Select variable. All right, I'm going to rename it layer 6. All right, overlay layer. Select variable, overlay layer 6. Overlaid image. Okay, so now we have our final product. So, and this is the manual way. of going step by step through all of this, right? So now we go through this, and now I can decide, hey, what do I want to do with these? So we have all of these layers. So next steps, and I'm not going to cover it on this video, but next step would be, okay, now choose my layer. So I would do choose menu item, right? So choose from menu, and then I would say, hey, add layer 1, add layer 2, 3, 4, 5, and basically I'll be pointing to those folders as I import those new images from wherever, or if I create my own images or whatever, right? So let's go ahead and test this, and let's do 10 images. All right, so obviously we're having an issue here. We're not getting that top lid, so there's a problem there. So let's see where we messed up. Top lid, it's pointing to the right one. Random item from layer 6, reveal in actions. Yep. All right. Reveal in action. All right, we're pointing to the wrong one here. So I renamed the wrong one. So reveal in actions. Yep. So that is still layer 5. And again, this is why it's important to test as you go along to keep things simple, right? So clear variable, select variable, layer 6. All right, here we go. Overlaid image. Now, let me make sure I got the right overlaid image. Should be the last one, yep. All right, so let's go ahead and test it again. Let's do 25. Yeah, let's do 30 images. Boom. And there you go. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Now you can select these and save them, post them, do whatever you want. Add text. So let's say we wanted to add text to these. You could basically do index number. So let's go ahead and do a quick example of that. So overlay text. Let's do it at the bottom. Overlay text. Overlay, and I want to select, let's say, index number. And you can make the text whatever you want. So repeat index, and you can add any text on the side. You can make it whatever you want. So overlay, did I delete something? I did. And let's say we want to put it on the bottom left or top left. Let's do top left, right? Top left, offset by 10%. And I want to add some text next to it, but on overlaid image. Let me see. Text. NFT number. And we're going to say repeat index. Here we go. Now let's do it again. And let's do 10. There you go. Now you can create thousands of these. You can do whatever. And again, the text that you overlay can be pretty much anything. So now imagine combining this with ChatGPT. I can say, hey, make me memes, and then automatically generate memes with, you know, images, generate t-shirt designs, or whatever. I mean, again, it's just a little imagination and a little time putting these things together, and you can pretty much create whatever you like. All right, and this is what they look like, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. See you next one.